So, one of the biggest questions people have every year is whether or not Apple will drop support for any older iPhone and iPad models. With last year's release of iOS 15, Apple maintained compatibility with all of the devices that were supported by iOS 14. This year, an early rumor indicates that iOS 16 is going to drop support for the iPhone 6 series, the iPhone 7, the iPad mini 4, and the original iPhone SE. The iPhone 6 and iPhone SE supposedly being dropped were first released in late 2015 and early 2016 respectively, meaning they will have received more than 6 years of regular software updates. So if you're still using one of these older devices, it's probably time to upgrade. We're also going to pull up a quick article on some of the other features to expect on iOS 16 from 9 to 5 Mac, and we'll link up this article below in the description. You can expect no big redesign in iOS 16. While some users were hoping that iOS 16 would mark the first major redesign in years, that doesn't appear like it will come to fruition. iOS 16 will not offer an end-to-end redesign, meaning that the overarching design will remain the same again this year. The last time Apple truly overhauled the entirety of iOS was with iOS 7, a redesign that was not without criticism and was scaled back massively during the beta testing process. Since then, Apple has made gradual changes to individual applications and aspects of iOS, but we haven't seen it complete. Now let's go over some of the new features in iOS 16. So these new features include health-oriented options, which will also tie into new health features in watchOS 9. Bloomberg has said that watchOS 9 will also include major upgrades to activity and health tracking this year. iOS 16 is also rumored to lay the groundwork for numerous AR and VR features ahead of the launch of Apple's first mixed reality headset. Apple, however, isn't expected to preview this new headset until later this year at the earliest. iOS 16 could also include new features aimed at the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max launching later this year. Since iOS 16 builds in future support for an always-on lock screen, Apple was reportedly planning to add an always-on display to the iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max, but scrapped the feature. The always-on display would reportedly allow users to see pieces of information on their iPhone display at all times. These widgets would be designed to focus on glanceable notifications, including things like messages and weather details. Apple will officially unveil all of its iOS 16 features in just a few days at its keynote. In the meantime, however, it looks like iOS 16 will be a relatively modest upgrade, with Apple focusing on quality of life improvements rather than major visual changes. Personally, I hope to see Apple revamp notifications in a way that makes it much clearer and easier to see your latest notifications without awkward grouping. I'm also hoping for some updates to home screen widgets, particularly in regards to interactivity.